looks so dark in here, doesn't it? And miserable. I don't know what Mark's doing. Expect anything. What have you got? Oh. Don't, Mark. Not with your back. It'll be Boris in prison and you in the hospital. Stop it. Is he in prison now?
Yeah, straight off.
Oh, straight off. Okay, that's enough. Mark, after your dancing last night, Mark, Maddie, tell him. He's going to do his back. Mark, stop it. I don't know what he's doing. Maddie's like, what's he even doing?
Oh, my first girlfriend had a huge crush on Boris Becker. Huge. She said she loved...
I did at one point on his legs.
She used to have an obsession with his
he did have an incredible physique.
Did he?
Because he wasn't over muscly, was he? He was just very fit.
So here we are with the Saturday papers.
Saturday papers, Saturday papers. But before we moved on to the papers, I was just chatting on Instagram Live, and I wanted to know, how often do you fall asleep on the sofa? I probably do twice a week.
And some.
No, I do. It's about twice a week. Somebody just there said they fall asleep on the sofa every single night. I think Lisa says she falls asleep every night.
I loved it one night. She fell asleep here and it made me feel cosy. It was like she lived here.
Yeah, I love it.
I'd like it if Lisa lived
I remember once, it was a load of us went over to Stacey's and we all fell asleep.
Did you?
In the garden, and she was like, I was so happy the way everyone had just fallen asleep.
There's something really, really comforting and nice about someone feeling comfortable enough to fall asleep.
In your home.
Yeah.
Me too. I would see it as an absolute... I mean, to be fair, Lisa does get up at 3 o'clock every morning.
Exactly. 7 times a week, fell asleep, says Chris Pott.
I just got the funniest text from my mum, because you know we do the No Name Sunday show in the members area. And my dad does something called Teddy Talks, where he tells us stories. And my mum, I got this text from my mum a minute ago, and it says, Dad's teeth are in Mitcham, so he can't record this weekend. So I thought she'd had a misspell. I went, his teeth are in Mitcham? And she went, at the dentist. So he's got no teeth. I had my teeth. Look at my teeth. You notice something different?
Yeah.
I had them sandpapered down yesterday. Look. Does
that mean you won't grind your teeth?
So that they're totally straight. There. I love it because they were a bit... Look at the bottom. Oh, I'm so happy with my teeth. But anyway, I'll tell you about that at another time. We're doing Saturday papers today.
Yeah, I just want to say, before we get going, I just want to say, can we sing a happy birthday to Ali from Stirling?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Ali.
In Stirling. Happy birthday to you.
I nearly went to Stirling University.
Is very beautiful.
And
did you?
Yeah.
Didn't know
It's
that.
one of the 5 that I was.
That's where Wendy's family's from.
And thank you, Stacey, for your lovely card and letter.
Thank you, Stacey.
You know, and I know what you said.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Saturday papers. Give us a.
I'm so cold. My nose is actually running.
I want to show you something.
Oh God.
Yeah, I want to show off something.
What is it?
I want to show you my poll.
Well, stop being silly. It's not entertaining anyone. What are you trying to say?
Do you want to see my poll?
No, thanks. No, what are you going to do? No, in fact, actually, I'm absolutely fine without seeing your poll, if that's all right.
Ask a question that has a yes/no contingent to it for the.
Do you like mushrooms?
Okay, watch what I do.
Oh.
Do you like?
No, ask how many times you get up, how many times you fall asleep on the sofa.
It's yes or what
it's yes or no.
Well, it doesn't have to be yes or no, but you need to give us a binary or trinary.
Well, more than twice a week.
How often
do you fall asleep on the sofa?
Asleep.
Every night?
On sofa.
Or less than every night? Or less than 3 times a week?
Less. What if it's 5?
I don't know. I'm not very good at questions.
This
I've
is
got
ridiculous.
confused.
Hang on. Every night. Never.
Oh, we've got 3 things. That's
between
better.
1 and 3.
Oh, fucking hell. This is riveting. This is.
Between
God almighty.
4 and
We've got
6.
a poll, guys.
Well, you asked the fucking stupid question. What a stupid question.
Why do we have to have so many answers?
We don't, because you asked such a stupid question. I was doing.
We should have just said sometimes or never. We should have had 2 questions.
There you go, guys. There's your poll. Answer it. Watch, it'll come up.
What?
Look, and then people vote.
I want to see people voting. Come on, this is exciting. We've never had a poll before.
So, do you like my poll?
Nothing's happening.
Wait, it's digesting.
We should have said how often do you have sex? Every night, once a week, more than 3 times.
Sorry, I've gone cross-eyed. I'm trying to work out. What did you say? What were the choices?
Every night, once a week, never.
Wow, there's a lot of variables.
No, I'm not very good at questions.
You're
I think
rubbish.
we've realised I shouldn't do the poll.
You're rubbish. Look, so here we go. Look, the vast majority say never.
Never?
50%.
I don't mean all night. I mean drop off.
How many caveats do you want?
They think I mean sleep there all night. They've got confused. You've confused them with your silly question.
I think I got it covered quite well. Every night is 7 days, never is 0, between 1 and 3, and between 4 and 6. The 51%, look, 108. Fuck.
I'm bored.
All right, give us your first story, fuckhead. Oh no.
I don't want to ask the poll question.
Should we share what happened in the park?
No.
No. Okay.
Because we've done it on the vlog.
There you go. I'm going to electrocute you.
No, Mark. Don't. I can hear the thing. Don't, Mark.
Okay.
Don't,
What
Mark.
does it feel like being that close
If
to
you put that on me,
electricity?
I'm leaving and I'm not coming back. I'm going to go and check into a hotel.
There you go. Look, 53%. Well, there's a poll. We can ask a poll at any point.
Well, who does fall asleep? Oh, between 1 and 3, 33%. That's me. You're with me. That's what I do.
Yeah, the second highest number is.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting. I thought you'd find it interesting. You like my poll?
I love your poll, darling.
Thank you very much. Okay, what's your first story of the day, Nads?
No, you do yours.
Okay, mine is porn loser.
Oh, well, that's one of my stories, so I can add to your story.
Yeah, so we know who it is now. It's what's his name?
Neil
Parish, MP for Tiverton and Honiton. So I think that's in Somerset, isn't it?
Where he campaigns tirelessly for better broadband.
Does he? Better broadband? We know why.
He does! That's what
You're
he says!
joking.
That is so funny. A grandfather who's campaigned passionately
Oh, he's a grandfather.
he's a grandfather.
That's even more embarrassing. There's
Passionately,
grandchildren that'll be embarrassed.
For better rural broadband.
I know why.
I know why now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what I love, this was a TV interview that he was on last week where he said, whoever has done this has stepped over the line. I don't think there's necessarily a huge culture here, but I think this does have to be dealt with seriously. And that's what the whips will do.
I bet he likes a whip.
Fast forward, yeah, exactly.
I bet he wants a
Fast
chief
forward
whip.
to 3 days later, and it's bloody him. After he's been saying whoever did, and he's refusing to resign. And the best bit is, so
He says it was an accident.
he says it was an accident
Okay,
twice.
I'm going to do a poll.
'cause he
I'm going to do a
opened-
poll. Who
he op-
believes
no,
it was
but
an
I've got to
accident?
do it when we've told the story because he
Yeah.
opened 2 different documents,
Yeah.
2 documents apparently by accident. So anyway, his wife didn't find out from him. She found out from the press. Why? Because he says, and this is what he told journalists that were waiting at his door when he
Yeah.
got home last night, and he was in tears. He said, my phone battery went flat. Only like a 16-year-old kid. So I couldn't tell my wife. So when she opened the door, his first words were, I'm so sorry you've married such a fucking idiot.
Fair enough.
Who is this man?
Fair enough.
So then...
Do you remember that time that someone else's husband, one of the Labour minister's husband, had looked at porn? Do you remember? Did she resign, or someone had to resign? They had to stand outside their front gate, and she supported him.
But Mrs. Parish admitted the incident was all very embarrassing, but said it would be a bit stupid to let it come between them. I don't understand the attraction of it, porn. I'm a woman, it's degrading, it's demeaning. But on the other hand, it does take 2 to tango. There must be women posing for all this, she told The Times. Of whether she was aware of her husband having watched porn before, she said, no, he's quite a normal guy, really. He's a lovely person. It's just so tough. It's just so stupid. I'm fairly tough. You've got to carry on, haven't you? Where that leaves his career, what's going to happen, I've got no idea. And apparently she said, if you were mad with every man who looked at pornography, you would not have many wives in the world.
There you go. What can I say? Oh, look, yeah, who thinks it was an accident? 8% think it was an accident, 92% believe it wasn't. So, yeah, so he's refusing to resign.
But the whip is going to be taken from him, so he's effectively completely useless.
The only time that probably a politician really wants a chief whip. Watching porn, well, the Times does an op-ed piece on this, saying watching porn in public should be illegal, and we have talked about this a lot.
Of course it must be.
About the idea that it really is kind
really
of
aggressive.
It's like online flashing, isn't it?
It was like at work the other day. We were all talking about this, and all the women said, "Oh, I would really think about anything that I was going to watch on a train or on a tube." So, say I was watching, I don't know, Game of Thrones. I wouldn't watch that on the train because I would be thinking about a sex scene could flash up. Why don't men think in the same way?
Yeah, no, well,
obviously it's not all men. It's not
all
men. You wouldn't do
But yeah, no. So Janice Turner says she got on the tube one day and there he was, a bloke sat next to her, flicking through hardcore porn.
Loads of people say this.
And I think the more troubling thing, and she goes on to talk about this, is that maybe, and this is the really big worrying thing, maybe it's not about actually wanting to actively, by stealth, traumatise people around them or get a thrill from the fact that they're watching something like this. She goes on to suggest that maybe, sadly, men have so lost their sexual bearing that they think it's okay to view this material.
Yeah, well, we talked about that on Loose Women. Are we just so desensitised that... But it's like I said, you can't have sex outside, can you? Say you set up a beautiful picnic on the lawn, in the park, you had strawberries, you had music, and you were making love absolutely beautifully, you'd be thrown in jail. So why are you allowed to watch hard porn where anyone... You know what it's like on a plane? You can be sitting be in the aisle 3 or 4 rows back, and you could see what the person on aisle seat 3 ahead of you is watching. You could effectively just sit there now legally and watch porn. You wouldn't be able to say anything to
I'm just going back to your image of making love beautifully in a field.
I thought I'd lost you. You'd see me, it was just like...
I don't think, you see, but I think there are romantic
I just
scenarios.
like to say, I don't want strawberries when I'm in.
Well, no, I thought you'd prefer raspberries, wouldn't you?
No, I don't want any
raspberries,
food.
figs.
I don't want any food.
I'd like dates. But the problem with this is that you say that, and yet, sort of making out as the sea crashes over you, making out on picnics, picnic sort of, what they call blankets in sort of long grass. These are the things of romantic dreams. And you're saying that basically you'd be knocked in the slammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If you were making love beautifully.
Love. Yeah,
you
making love.
Into prison.
One person's making love is another person's offensive flashing. I pulled this story only because I filmed this procedure. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
Right, I've got some bad news, guys.
Oh, no.
Be really careful if you have booked an all-inclusive hotel. Hole's Brits drink limit backlash. Rule of 6 hits all-inclusive deals. And this poor chap, he booked
What do you mean by rule of 6?
Wait a minute. He booked his £240 all-inclusive 3-night trip to Mallorca for his cousin's birthday last week. That's him, Jason Walker. Only to get there and find that this rule of 6 drinks, had been put in place to try and control bad drunken behaviour. Now, I don't know what you think.
Birthdays, I see the birthdays, they'll come at the end.
It's totally unfair to have taken a booking with one promise and then you get there and you get 6 drinks. Now, I actually think those all-inclusive holidays...
Sorry, I was just reading something. You think that's a bad thing?
No, I think it's a good thing, but I think you can't enforce it retrospectively to people that have booked with paying a certain amount of money to get all-inclusive. And then they arrived there and they were like, oh, it's not all-inclusive, you only get 6 drinks. Whereas they thought they were going to have 3 days of drinking all day and all night
I see.
For their 250
I didn't realise it was
quid.
part of an inclusive package deal. I thought it was just a general rule that they won't serve you more than 6 drinks in a pub.
No, it's only to do with all-inclusive package deals where people were going and sitting all day by the pool drinking, then drinking all night.
It's probably a good thing, isn't it?
No, it is a good thing, but what I'm saying is not for the people that have already paid for a holiday where they believed they were going to get everything.
So for anyone who's already wanting to go out and get annihilated drunk, they should be able to.
What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
You've got an English degree. You can't understand anything I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I am saying that if you have booked an all-inclusive holiday to Ibiza or Mallorca and with the expectation that you're going to get all your drinks free, double check, because this guy did that. He got there and they said, no, you can only have 6 drinks.
I understood all of that. Are you done?
Apparently, the new rules were announced in the pandemic in 2020. Oops, sorry, but everybody forgot about it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm going to do a poll. Who thinks 6 drinks limit is good?
No, you can have as many drinks as you want as long as you pay for them. You just can't get them free. You're not understand. Mark, we're not good at this poll.
Okay,
Our questions are rubbish.
6 free drinks limit is good. There you go. This story, I only pulled this story because I filmed this.
Nobody's going to say that's good.
I bet you someone does. I bet you someone does. We're just going to go and buy another drink. Oh my God. Women, I can't get any higher. Right, I'm going to get this fucking story out if it kills me. I filmed this procedure and it's horrendous. Women scarred for life by unregulated facial thread lifts. Oh. Now, this is what they
I've
call...
considered having this done
Yeah,
before.
this is what they call a DIY. It's like a lunch... It's a lunchtime facelift. And what they'll do... Let me draw it on you.
No, I don't want to be drawn on, Mark. I don't want to be.
All right, they make a hole here. They make a hole there. They feed a piece of wire almost.
And it's got like little
barbed. And it's got little barbed bits in it. And they only come out once they've gone in, a bit like a fish hook. And they take it all the way round, and then they literally pull it up, tie it up, and you're done. But anyway.
In your lunchtime, I'm seriously considering having it done.
Well, that's funny because it's a treatment popular with celebrities and influencers, of which you are both. The procedure, nicknamed a lunchtime facelift, is resulting in a lot of women being scarred.
Because they go to...
Yeah.
I mean, please, guys, just do not be tempted with to go to Turkey. There's so many dreadful stories.
So experts...
My friend Hannah was saying to me yesterday, she got offered a nose job in Turkey for £1,000.
Oh, no, I did a whole story. We did a whole piece on that.
And our dentist was saying,
someone went into, they had sepsis, and they're in a coma.
No.
Did she do it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so a charity called Save Face said it was a frustration that there had been so little focus on the dangers. She'd seen some horrendous complications with infections that have been deep rooted in people's faces, and blood flow gets blocked in the cheeks.
Okay, I'm never having one.
Thank you. I'm pleased you said that.
Never having one.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so this is a really, really horrible
can I just
story.
say something?
What?
57% say yes, 6 free drinks limit is good. What did you say? You said no one's going to agree.
I forgot what the question was.
Who thinks 6 free drinks limit
in an
is
all-inclusive
good?
holiday?
Yeah, that's what they know, that bit.
You didn't say that bit.
Oh, for God's sake, look.
Right. Well, it's not all-inclusive, is it?
I like my polls.
They're going to say a holiday
How much
with
more
6...
inclusive do you want it to be?
They've got to say
access to the island's entire alcohol.
A holiday with 6 free drinks. All-inclusive means that people...
I know what all-inclusive means.
It's for people that are struggling.
Good question, Anne-Marie. Is that 6 drinks a day? I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
How much more do you want?
Well, people go to all-inclusive and drink all day and all night.
I know, darling. I used to. That's my point. It wasn't good for me.
Because you know exactly what your holiday is costing you.
Yeah,
no, that's why.
I know, yeah, okay.
Right, so this is a really horrible story. A lot of you have seen this, that, I didn't know this was his name actually. Alexander Coty, who was one of the ISIS group of 4 Brits who were named the Beatles. That's him. I've seen his face over the years. So he's been given a life imprisonment in America, but he could, after 15 years, finish his term in Britain. And they've got Chris Hughes here, who is the journalist in the Mirror, who met him years ago, and he'd actually said to Chris, the worst thing that could happen to me, absolute hell, would be to be jailed in the US. So thank God that's what's happening to him. Thank God. He's now going to an American supermax prison. He says when he met him, he's highly, highly intelligent, streetwise, and utterly ruthless psychopath. He had absolutely no guilt, no contrition, no worries whatsoever about what he'd done. He's planned to come back to the UK was because he wanted to be sentenced here because of the easier sentencing, but it's all backfired on him. Okay. And he had, there was 2 hours of impact witness statements yesterday that he had to listen to. from two of the people's families that have been beheaded. One little girl, her father was beheaded. She's only 11, Athea. Sometimes I get sad when I see my friends laughing and playing with their fathers. It's not easy to be the girl in school whose dad was killed by terrorists. He was completely unmoved. Couldn't care less when he was listening to this. She also revealed she blamed herself for her dad going to Syria, where he was kidnapped and killed. She discovered a picture of her father's headless body while scrolling on Instagram. She told the court, this is the older daughter actually, to gasp with sympathy, if I wasn't such a moody teenager, maybe he wouldn't have gone.
No.
In my eyes, I feel just as much to blame as anyone else. He wasn't a religious man or into politics. He was just my dad. The mum of the murdered American, Stephen Saltoff, demanded the terrorists to look at her. They couldn't give a shit. And then she said, I will not hate. Paula Kasich, mother of killed US aid worker Peter Kasich, I remember seeing her in interviews. She said, I will not hate you. It would give sadness, pain and bitterness too much power over me. I choose to let my heart be broken open, not broken apart. It's just so awful. Tragic. And on. So, but, I mean, just completely unmoved by these people's...
You sort of wonder, you wonder what's happened. You wonder how you can
Well,
be so
you know what?
divorced.
Thank God they're going to an American
prison.
supermax prison.
Yeah.
Life will be hell.
Yeah.
They gleefully told of the torture and the kidnappings they did. Well, you're about to know what real torture is. Well, not real torture. You're about to know another kind of torture. I mean, I think they will be kept isolated.
Yeah, they're probably
24 hours,
Yeah,
24/7.
look, MeTube says Supermax is too good for them. Should be Gitmo, whatever Gitmo is.
Well, interestingly, a number of the relatives have said they want them to be jailed because they want a long suffering.
Some people are born evil, says Sharon J.L. Terrible. This is a final sort of serious story before we go into Daily Star madness. HRT broken. This keeps coming up, and I've heard it on the radio an awful lot, the idea that the government needs to loosen the laws and regulations around being able to access drugs more easily, and there be an increased supply of drugs. So the supply crisis...
I wonder what they'd do if it was a Viagra and a shortage of Viagra.
Well, absolutely. I mean, numerous phone calls coming into various radio stations talking about women feeling truly suicidal. And,
I dread to think what would happen to me if I suddenly got cut off from my HRT.
Yeah, women made to pay 9 times over the odds. And obviously we've talked about this again, but you said there's a documentary, is there?
No, Monday night is another documentary from Davina on the menopause, and I think because they didn't really talk about it in the first doc, I think there'll be a lot more spoken about testosterone.
Right.
Because they missed it out completely in the first documentary. Right. It's very odd. So we're going to watch that on Monday night. I think it's 9 o'clock, and then we're going to be doing a live afterwards. So put that in your diary.
A piece in the Daily Star saying COVID has made us all more lazy. Around an extra 1.3 million bone-idle Brits are taking less than an average of 30 minutes exercise a week.
A week?
Meaning a whopping 12...
I think you're going to say a day.
Yeah, which means a whopping 12.4 million are now inactive. Only 60% of us are deemed active, achieving more than 150 minutes of activity a week. Now, that is so worrying because that, in part, contributed to the vulnerability of so many people to COVID. So, you know, the consequences that if another bloody, pandemic was to happen or a more virulent variant was to come, we'd be even less healthy.
So everybody has got to take their vitamin D, all through the year, and make sure you start exercising. Even if you just start with 5 minutes a day and build it up. Start small.
Studies show that the hunter-gatherer concept of the man being the hunter-gatherer and the woman sort of, gathering sticks and making fires and prepping furs is purely because a historian of prehistoric times is called a prehistorian. And that's because they say that prehistorians have traditionally been men. So therefore, they've always kind of prioritised the achievements, physicality, and the activities of prehistoric man. But this is being rectified with a reanalysis of prehistoric remains to suggest that women were perhaps a little bit more, they could hunt, and they had a very important economic role, and they were also artists. And there's a sort of image of a prehistoric. I think you'd have been a fabulous prehistoric woman. I could see you
I'll
in
tell
a...
you what, I've been very happy in the cave cooking.
Oh, would you?
I don't want to go hunting.
Yeah, that's true. Saber-toothed tigers and all that. This is a great story. Lou can't handle the truth. What do you think this is about? Bursting for a wee keeps you honest. Bursting for a wee makes people more honest. They quizzed 200 men and women going into and exiting a public loo. Each was asked how badly they wanted to go and asked to complete a dice test that measures lying and cheating. Those exiting the toilets completed the same test and they were found to cheat by 12% more. The discovery suggests that banning trips to the loo during exams helps prevent cheating. Is that because you're in an urgent state?
A load of old
Is that because you're in an urgent state?
What the hell?
So really what the police should do is they should interview suspects before they can go to the loo. This is funny. Maddie showed me a meme yesterday. It's not in the No Name Sunday show. But Louis Theroux, we saw the documentary where he did a brief rap with some of the kind of hip hop artists in LA. And his rap that he's recorded, oh no, this is one that he recorded 20 years ago, is they're trying to push it onto the Apple iTunes and they're trying to get it to become #1. So an unlikely rap hero could be Louis Theroux. And Maddie showed me this clip of him at a bus stop where all these youngsters accosted him and got him to sing the rap. He's such a lovely guy, isn't he? Such a lovely guy. Last couple, kiss and make up. Boffins have created a virtual snogging kit. Romantics can feel headset over heels in love with a virtual kit that simulates kissing. I think this is important because how did you simulate kissing when you were a young teenager, trying to work out how to kiss? I remember kissing my... Oh, really?
Jane Moore, we were talking about
How did you do it?
Jane Moore did it on, you know those twin tub washing machines with the double hose? She used to do it on that.
Twin tub washing machines with a double hose?
She used to snog the hose pipe.
I must admit, I toyed with putting the Hoover on my you-know-what.
Oh, Mark.
Toyed with it and thought...
I wonder if anyone's ever sucked their penis off.
No.
I did it with a Henry, I bet you would. It's very high suction.
No, you'd have to do it with a Hetty. But no, so seriously, boffins have developed a virtual reality device they claim is the first to beam sensations onto the mouth. This, for me, sounds like a slippery slope. Combined with graphics, the snogging effects are convincing, say US researchers. Didn't you years ago put on a VR kit where you were having simulated sex?
I wasn't having sex, we were watching sex.
Oh, I see. And finally, thou shalt not be mean to the mother-in-law. Why? Because the Pope says so. I tell you what I'm pleased about is you rarely hear mother-in-law jokes anymore, do you? Do you remember in the 70s, in the 70s and 80s, mother-in-law jokes were all the rage?
I know what we've got to talk about, Rebecca Vardy.
Yes, tell us about Vardy.
So basically, do you remember a while ago, Colleen Rooney did this amazing, what were we calling her? Agatha Rooney.
Wagatha, isn't it?
Wagatha, yeah. So basically, she suspected Rebecca Vardy and her people were leaking stories about her. And that she had a private WhatsApp group.
Right.
She took private Instagram
Nanny Di,
account.
if you're still
Private
here.
Instagram account. So what she did was she blocked everybody else so only Rebecca Vardy could see the messages.
Yeah.
And then she put stories out to see if the stories then came out. And they did. And if you remember rightly, she was like, you know, I have been looking here and I've done this, I've done that, and I've discovered who this person is, and this person is Rebecca Vardy. It was all very, very dramatic. Anyway, Rebecca took her to court, calling her and has taken her to court for libel. This has gone on for years now. Yesterday, in a remarkable day in court, as Colleen Rooney's lawyers, defence team called it, there was a sudden turnaround due to a very shocking last-minute incident. Mm-hmm. Rebecca Vardy has now acquiesced and agreed that her friend, PR agent, is the one who had, let me just get the name, is the person who had been leaking the stories.
I've got your birthday.
Now, when they were asked, when all this was being originally looked into, I'd forgotten this detail.
Yeah.
The agent had said that she'd dropped her phone in the North Sea.
What? In the North Sea?
Yeah, because there was all the messages were on the phone, weren't they? She dropped it in the North Sea. I think she could have said something a bit better.
The North Sea?
I know. What
That's
a weird quirk.
I mean, as you say that, I'm thinking of her as a sort of godlike figure, sort of hanging over, I don't know, Northumberland. And just
I
dropping
know.
it.
Anyway, so she has now said, Rebecca, that she knew nothing. She does now agree that her agent was leaking these stories, and she's in terrible shock, and it's all so awful. She hasn't actually changed her story at all. She still had nothing to do with it. Colleen's defence team have basically said they don't believe a bloody word of it. They think that Rebecca Vardy knew all along, and all of this sort of stuff. So we'll probably never know the
Gabrielle, why not a canal?
I know, it's strange.
What else
isn't
do you
it?
think
Or
she could
down
say?
the toilet.
Or in the bath. I mean,
In the
North
North
Sea.
Sea.
That's such an enormous
I know,
location.
I know.
Maybe she was on an oil rig.
So I don't really know what's going to happen next. I suppose Rebecca will be liable now.
Sorry, the North Sea is so ridiculous. Can I just read this? Tracy Golden, I
No,
apologise.
but the
I
other
apologise
twist to this-
sincerely.
The other twist this that you're going to love is a couple of weeks ago, the security expert, would it be a security expert? Somebody that's brilliant with phones and all of that.
Yeah.
Right? Wait for this.
Okay. Dropped it in the Pacific.
Forgotten the password.
Oh, God.
Top expert brought in, so now all WhatsApps were he was unable to access them because he'd forgotten the password. That was actually said.
God.
So, real showbiz twists and turns, eh, folks?
Yeah, twists and turns, I say. Tracy Golden, my customer just looked puzzled at the Hoover sucking off a penis convo. I need to get earpods and not have you on a speaker.
Yeah, a lot of people say it was
Yes.
you.
It wasn't
you.
you.
Said you put your penis on the Hoover. I haven't got.
I didn't. I said I considered it as a young teenager. Let's have a look at the poll. So the question was: did Nadia enjoy VR sex? 63% said yes.
Mark!
37% said no. The vast
Stop
majority
it.
thought you did.
I didn't even do it.
Yeah, right. We should ask the question: is having VR sex an act of infidelity? There you go.
So, guys, if this is your first time joining us, we do Monday to Saturday. We do this at different times in the morning.
Sometimes
and on
1
Sundays
o'clock.
we have the day off, except in our members area. So tomorrow it is
The No Name Sunday
show will go up, and in that, what am I cooking this week?
A beautiful
Oh
chicken.
God, a gorgeous chicken.
Yeah, really nice chicken.
A gorgeous different way to do a roast.
Oh,
and the
and a
most
beautiful cake.
divine
Yeah.
cake. Oh, with lemon curd, it was delicious. And what else? There'll be Lisa doing Lisa Loves.
Maddie's
there'll be a book
Memes.
review, Maddie's Memes.
Yeah.
So if you want to join the members area, it's 37 pence a week. Take over how to say to join.
There's a button underneath that says join. But if you're on an old device, you'll
is
have
the
to
bit
go
I
onto a
never know.
new device, join, and then come back to your old device, and you'll be able to watch.
That's easy.
Free.
Anybody that is a member will tell you that it's fantastically
Yeah.
worth it.
Oh, and there's a members live. There is a members. We were going to do it yesterday,
There's a
but there was
members
no
live
time.
tonight.
Members live later today coming. So where you can win cards. And yes, the 24-month cards are going out. We are working our way. I think we're at K.
We're going to do a pile today.
Oh, L. 3 birthdays. Wayne, you do
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wayne. Happy birthday to you. I was supposed to be a trumpet.
Henry? What?
That was a trumpet.
No.
I knew you were going to. Mark. I was.
You did it.
I've banged my funny bone. Oh, that was a trumpet.
Wasn't a trumpet. You don't do that with a trumpet.
Can you edit that bit out? Mark, you can't leave that together.
Michelle, if you're watching, can you subclip that and I'm going to pop it on my
put
Insta
it,
story.
Take it out. Whose else's birthday was it? Let's
Okay,
move on.
Shonster. Happy
Birthday
birthday
to you, Shonster. Happy birthday to you, Shonster.
Happy
Birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Shonster.
Shonster. Now do a trombone.
Happy birthday
to
you. I'm
you.
doing a ukulele.
That looks wrong. could see was the tip of your hand.
Oh, Mark, I'm not doing any more.
No, you're not. Well, the last birthday, let's see what happens at the end of this one.
No, I'm not doing anything.
Creatorholics.
I'm not doing anything.
Creatorholics.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Creatorholics.
Do an instrument.
Happy
birthday to you.
Recorder.
Yes, no, recorder.
That is a recorder.
Guys,
That is a recorder. Love
lots
you.
of love. Bye. Oh, the weekly rushes will be landing later. Take care. Bye.